Roma are a giant in Italian football, always lingering around the top 6 at the end of every season. But this year it's a little different, as right now they are currently 13th in the Serie A. But luckily for you lot, I do have a solution. The special one's time has just ran out and my time with Roma has just begun, and by the end of this video I'll be making them the best team in the world. So this is the team I've loaded into with Roma, and honestly this team is stacked with talent. With the likes of 83 rated Pellegrini, 84 rated Smalling, and of course 86 rated Dybala. Man, our 76 rated, man, what the bloody hell did he do to her TA's feelings? One thing I've noticed though, Roma have got a lot of players currently on loan to them right now. That actually shocks me, to be fair. You don't normally tend to find that with the bigger teams. One of which is Romelu Lukaku. I reckon we can use him this year and then say goodbye to him at the end of season 1. And to be honest, Roma have got a relatively young side too. Everything about Roma so far is actually pretty decent. On paper, I'm really struggling to see how this Roma team isn't doing better in real life, man, because it is a very good squad. But one thing I do want to do early on this time is sort our tactical vision out. Now, Mourinho does love a part the bus and a counter-attack kind of tactic, but me, I'm going to transform this Roma team into my vision. I want to introduce gegenpressing into this Roma side that'll catch a lot of Italian teams off guard, and that's where we'll find our success. But as you can see, there's only 2 gegenpressing coaching staff, so you know what? I think I'm going to leave this alone for a bit. Now, we do have 74 million in our budget, and I think that's more than enough to get out of this team what I want from them this year. But I don't want to rock with this formation because honestly I think it's probably one of the worst 3 at the back formations you can use. Instead we're using a 3-5-2, which in my opinion is literally perfect for Roma. And after messing around with the team, this is the strongest starting 11 we can field, and honestly it's a very strong team to start off with. But remember, we've got 74 million to use, so there's no way in how we're just leaving the team as it is. The first thing I'm doing is bringing a centre back in for Llorente. He's 77 rated and one of the weakest links in the team. And whilst he's an absolute legend, Rui Patricio is 35 years old, I definitely think we need a better keeper than him. And I'd like a better centre mid than Paredes if we can afford it, because alongside Llorente, he is one of the weakest links in the team. And I bet you guys are thinking, what about Zalewski? Well, he's 21 years old and he's 76 rated. I figured we give him at least 1 or 2 seasons to catch up with the rest of the squad. But one thing I am doing is selling both of our fullbacks, because with the current formation, there's just no room for them in the team. And with both of those players now sold, we've got over 100 million in our budget, so I definitely think we can get the most out of this Roma team this year. And on top of that, I've stumbled upon Evan and Dicker in the Roma squad, who's 78 rated, better than Llorente and way younger. We don't need to bring in a better centre-back because we've got one right here. So that means I'm bringing a better goalkeeper in and a better centre midfielder in with 100 odd million. I think we're going to bring in some bloody good talent. And starting with the keeper, I'm going for England's #1, Jordan Pickford, who's 82 rated. I think would be a fantastic addition to this Roma team. And our first signing for Roma definitely isn't a bad one, as we've spent 32.1 million to bring England's #1 to Italy. And for our next midfielder, I'm going for Sergi Darder from RCD Mallorca. He's 29 years old, but he's 83 rated. He is a massive improvement on Paredes. But he definitely wasn't cheap, as we've just had to fork out 43.5 million for him. Now, we do still have 19 million left in the budget, but looking at the starting 11, I don't see where we can put that 19 million into it and actually improve the squad, so I'm going to leave the transfer window as it is. And I have sent Eduardo Bove out on loan. He doesn't quite fit the team yet, but he's got a lot of potential, and hopefully in a couple of seasons he'll slot straight into that starting 11. But this team right now has got a lot of potential to do well this year. Obviously in real life they're in the bottom half of the table, but that is not going to happen with us. We need at least a top 4 finish with this team. And obviously we're in the Europa League in Group G alongside Slavia Praha, Zvezda FC and Aruka. And absolutely no disrespect to any one of those teams, but realistically we should absolutely swamp Group G, and honestly we should go quite far in this competition as well. But as we're simulating through the season, if you wouldn't mind dropping this video a like and hitting that subscribe button whilst you're at it, that would be incredible. Well boys, we're at the beginning of June. The season is done, so let's go see how this Roma team actually did. And in our first season in charge, we've won the Serie A, boys. I would like to say that I'm surprised, but honestly with the strength in that team, I'm really not. But Udinese knocked us out of the Coppa Italia in the round of 16. How do we win the league so convincingly but lose to Udinese? And we started very well in the Europa League, topping Group G, but let's be real, that's exactly what should be happening. And we absolutely demolished SC Braga 5-1 on aggregate in the round of 16. Jesus, Roma, have mercy. We narrowly get past Villarreal in the quarters, and we just get past Real Sociedad in the semis, but we play Liverpool in the final. It had to be Liverpool, didn't it? But we beat Liverpool 3-2 in the final, boys. We've won the Serie A and we've won the Europa League this year. Jose Mourinho, who? But looking at this team, boys, I'm really not surprised. Actually, Lukaku isn't in the team. Now it definitely makes sense why we did so well. And whilst Edouard Bovis, 76 rated, I don't think he's going to fit into our team anytime soon, man. We're just going to keep him on loan for now. But our top performers this year, Pellegrini, Abraham, Dybala, all got over 60 goal contributions between them. It's been an amazing start to our journey with Roma. We won the Europa League and the Serie A in our first season in charge, man. I mean, Roma, you know where to find me. But now we're taking that next step. We're going into the Champions League, and if that budget's what I think it'll be, we're definitely going to do pretty decent in that competition as well. So we are now into season 2 of Roma, and as you can see, I have added way more coaches to this coaching system, and I'm hoping that this will make a massive difference this year for us in the Champions League. But one thing's for certain, the gegenpressing style of play with this Roma team definitely worked last year because we won the Serie A and the Europa League in the same season. And when you look at the starting 11, there's definitely areas of this pitch that are more than ready for the Champions League, but other areas, not so much. For starters, we need a better wing than El Shaarawy. He's definitely a legend of the game, but if we're going to do well in the Champions League, we've got to upgrade this position. And on top of that, Smalling has already gone down by 1 overall this year, so it's definitely in our best interest to bring in a better centre-back too. But one thing I am doing is keeping Zaluski in the team. He's 81 rated. He grew 5 overall last year. He's more than earned his right to keep his position in the squad. Honestly, boys, apart from our left wing and our centre-back, I'm happy to leave the team as it is. And our budget is phenomenal. 151 million euros to spend this year. That is more than enough to cover what I want to do with this squad. But we're starting the transfer window big with Josko Vardiol. He's only 22 years old and already 84 rated, and those stats that he's got are absolutely perfect for a 3 at the back formation. And he's our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 73.5 million to bring him to Roma. And for the winger role, I'm going for somebody quite controversial, Jadon Sancho. Now hear me out, he's 83 rated and he's only 24 years old. He was an absolute baller at Dortmund. He then moved to a Manchester United team that hasn't been the same since Alex Ferguson left them. And unsurprisingly, he hasn't done very well, and right now he's not even on good terms with Erik ten Hag. It sounds like he doesn't want him, but I definitely do, and I'm going to get the best out of him. And for 50 million on the dot, we've saved Jadon Sancho from his nightmare at United, and we've given him a new beginning at Roma. And after renewing everybody's contracts, we've only got 5 mil left in the budget, so that's our transfer window done. But the team now looks like they're heading into season 2, and I am loving the looks of this Roma squad. A weaker version of this team last year won the Serie A and also the Europa League, so who knows what a better version of this team can accomplish this season. And because we won the Serie A, we are obviously in the Champions League. We're in Group G alongside Atletico Madrid, Ajax and Lech Poznan. Now Atletico will most likely top this group, but I'll be absolutely mortified if we don't go through to the round of 16. So boys, we just arrived in January and it's not good. It's not good at all. 8th in the league. I mean, I am actually speechless at that. How do we go from winning the league last year to falling to 8th in the league this year? Something's got to give one way or the other, because we've got too much quality in our team to be 8th in the league. But we somehow topped our group stage in the Champions League. Can someone please explain to me how we do so well in Europe sometimes, but so poorly in the league? And so far, Tammy Abraham is our star player. 17 goals and 3 assists in 25 games. That's not bad at all. Now, we do have 20 million in our budget. I'm assuming that's gone up through ticket sales or competition prizes or something like that, because we definitely didn't have that much when we last saw it. But the problem is 20 million isn't going to make a dent in the starting 11 or the subs bench, so I'm just going to leave the transfer window as it is. Let's be honest, boys, this team is ridiculous, and at some point between now and June, this team is going to book its ideas up and start performing, because there's no way a team this good does not get European football. And like I've just said, this team is good. We can give any team we get drawn up against a bloody good game. And first up in the knockouts is actually Aston Villa in the round of 16, and their recruitment has been on point, because that team is actually really goddamn good. But then again, so is ours, and I'd argue ours is way better than theirs. We are at Villa Park for the first leg. How is this going to... What? How do we lose 4-1 to Villa? I mean, no disrespect to Villa, but we should not be losing to Villa at all. Is there any point in playing the second leg? We've just been bloody destroyed. It's now time for the second leg. I honestly don't see the point in playing this, because we're 4-1 down on aggregate to Villa. I cannot believe what's happened. 6-3. we lose in the round of 16 to Villa. It is actually mental what can happen in 12 months, isn't it? But that's us done in the Champions League this year. We've just got to hope that in the Serie A, we actually are playing well, because this isn't looking good. Well, boys, we are at the end of Season 2, and we aren't in the Champions League next year. We're instead in the Europa League. We've just missed out by 2 points, man. I cannot believe the team we've got isn't going to be in the Champions League next year. We also lost to Inter Milan 4-2 on penalties in the semi-finals of the EA Sports FC Super Cup. But we do actually win the Coppa Italia this time, beating AC Milan ironically to do it, so I suppose it's not all doom and gloom. I still don't see how this team is not in the Champions League next year though, man. It's way too good not to be. But Tammy Abraham and Dybala are ridiculous. Almost 80 goal contributions between them this year. I've got to be real, I'm disappointed. We did win the Coppa Italia, but we got knocked out by bloody Aston Villa in the Champions League, and we didn't even make top 4 in the Serie A. It's been a massive hell of a season. We need to regroup next year, analyse the problem, and fix it, because I'm telling you now, we've got to do better than we did this year. So we're now into Season 3 with this Roma team, and I think I've analysed the problem. The starting 11 is absolutely fantastic. There's hardly anything wrong with it, but that isn't the issue. The problem is the subs bench, because we've got no good squad depth there, and that's probably where we're going wrong. I mean, look at our keeper. He's 73 rated, for God's sake. If anything happens to Pickford, we're stuck with this guy, and he isn't good enough. So I feel like this year, maybe we do make improvements to the starting 11, but we've got to make improvements to that subs bench. And we've got 178 million in our budget. I'm not sure why we've got so much, because if you ask me, last season was by a mile the worst season out of the 2 we've had so far. Now, one player I'm leaving alone for one more season is Zalewski. He's 83 rated and he's only 23 years old. I want to give him a little bit more time to grow as much as possible. But I definitely feel like we need a better centre-back than Ndicka. He's 83 rated, and alongside Mancini and Vardiol, he just isn't good enough. Aside from that, the starting 11, in my opinion, is fine. It's just the subs bench after that we need to worry about. Now, if we're serious about getting back into the Champions League, we've got to go for a really good defender, and Sven Botman is the man for the job. He's 86 rated and 25 years old. But he is definitely our most expensive signing yet, as we've just spent 83.5 million to bring him to Roma. And as far as I'm concerned now, I'm happy to leave the starting 11 as it is, so now it's time to focus on the subs bench. And all we need is a better striker, another centre-back, and a better keeper. The rest of these positions I'm actually quite content with. And we've still got 86 million in the budget, and for 3 backup players, I think that's more than enough. So starting with the backup goalkeeper, I went for Mark Flecken from Brentford, who cost us 15.1 million. As for the backup centre-back, I spent 23.1 million to bring in Nayef Aguard. And finally, for the backup striker, we spent 33.1 million on Gonçalo Guedes. And that is our transfer window officially done, with the starting 11 looking like this. The subs bench now looks like this, and overall, I think we are definitely much more prepared this season than we were last year. I am absolutely expecting Champions League football this year. I want to win the Coppa Italia, and I definitely want to win that Europa League again. And speaking of the Europa League, we're in Group B alongside Mainz, Toulouse, and Excelsior. And like I've just said, I'm expecting nothing less than us winning this competition once again. So as you can see, boys, we're at the beginning of June. Season 3 is finished. I'm just hoping to God we perform better this year. Now, this is more like it. Second in the league. We're once again in the Champions League, and to be fair, we were only 4 points off winning the Serie A. We also made the Super Cup final, only losing 2-1 to Napoli. We will win this before this video's over. And we got knocked out in the semi-finals of the Coppa Italia by Torino. Boys, why do I get the feeling we got smashed in the Europa League? Thankfully, that wasn't the case. We absolutely stormed Group B, but then again, you kind of expected that. We absolutely breezed past Young Boys quite easily in the round of 16 as well. We destroyed Nice in the quarters, and we battered Real Sociedad in the semis. We're playing Sporting. Surely to God we've got the Europa League in the bag again. Thank God for that. Second in the Serie A, and we've once again won the Europa League. No matter what would have happened this year, we have got Champions League football for next season. But honestly, looking at this starting 11, is there any surprise that we've done it, boys? This team's ridiculous. And our 2 forwards, Abraham and Dybala, once again found in the net, but Sancho and Pellegrini also found the net quite a bit this year themselves as well. It's been a fantastic season. We once again won the Europa League, and we've got second in the Serie A. We are once again in the Champions League. And this time, we are way more prepared, and I think this is our year to win that competition. So we're now into Season 4 with Roma, and as you can see, I've been a little bit busy with the coach management system. And when you take a look at the starting 11, there's only one position that ideally needs improving. I hate to say it, but it's Zalewski. He's 84 rated, and he's the weakest link in the starting 11. Aside from Zalewski, there's nowhere else in this pitch that needs improving, and that includes the subs bench. And we've got just under under 200 million in the budget. Something tells me I'm not going to use all of that in this season. But we are in the Champions League again this year, so I figured let's go big and bold. I'm going for Rodrigo from Real Madrid. He's 25 years old and he's 91 rated, but trust me, he isn't going to be cheap to get. His market value is 145.5 million, man. We're going to have to put in a big offer to get him. With that being said, I'm going to offer them 160 to start off with. They want 183.2 million. I mean, I don't really think we're going to need to bring anybody else to the team, but I'm not spending that much. Let's drop it down to 170 million, see what they say to that. And they're happy with that. All we got to do is get the player negotiations sorted. And it's official, our most expensive signing yet as Roma manager is Rodrigo for 170 million. And after renewing everybody's contracts, we've only got 2 million left in the budget, so that's our transfer window done. But now the team looks like this heading into season 4, and honest to God, we better win some bloody trophies again this year. The starting 11 looks good, the subs bench is spectacular, there's literally no weakness throughout this entire team now. And we do have an early opportunity of winning silverware as we're in the Super Cup against Barcelona. Now that team, I ain't gonna lie, is pretty damn good. But so is ours. We're all happy, we're all fit. Let's see who's gonna win the... Oh, bloody... Really? I mean... I've got no words for that. But we are in the Champions League in Group F alongside Real Madrid, RC Lens and Rangers. Now Real Madrid will probably top the group, but there's no way in hell I'm accepting anything less from our Roma team than getting through to the knockouts. So boys, we've just arrived in January and we are 5th in the league, and to be honest, I am not bothered because have you seen how tight it is? From 5th in the league to 1st place, he's only 3 points in it. I think we could clinch yet another Serie A title this year. And thankfully we have indeed made it through to the round of 16. Real Madrid topped the group as I expected, but we finished 2nd place. And so far, Abraham and Dybala are once again our top goal scorers. I was expecting a bit more from Rodrigo though. For 170 million, I'd expect a bit more than 12 goal contributions in 25 games. And we do have 13 million in the budget, but I think I'm just going to leave it because that money is not going to improve the team in the slightest. Which means this is the starting 11 and into the knockouts for the 2nd time, and I think this time we're going to get a little bit further than the round of 16. There's literally no weakness in this starting 11 at all, man. I'm absolutely buzzing with how much this team has improved since season 1. But it's alright saying all this, boys. We've got to prove how good we actually are in the Champions League. And the first team we're facing in the knockouts is Arsenal, and I'm not going to lie to you, that team that they're rocking with is actually really goddamn good. We've also got Pellegrini suspended for this game and half the team's fatigued, man. This is not a promising sign, man. We are at home in the first leg and we lose 2-1. I beg, not again. Not again. We've now got Vardy suspended in the 2nd leg, man. But luckily, we do have the squad depth to handle this sort of issue. We are 2-1 down on aggregate. We've come back from worse scorelines. We've bloody smashed them 3-0. Thank God for that. Honestly, if we'd have got back into the Champions League only to get knocked out in the same place we got knocked out in it last time, I would not have been happy. And next up in the quarters is Juventus, and you know what? I'd argue Arsenal have got a better team than these guys, and we've just knocked Arsenal out. And as you can see, half our team is knackered. This gegenpress may not be the best idea when it comes to stamina, but we've got to rock with it. Juve, Roma, and it's a 2-2 draw. Why do we persist on making things more difficult for ourselves? The team's looking a lot better for their 2nd leg. I'm actually quite confident. We are also at home as well, so hopefully that will bode to our advantage. Come on, Abraham and Sancho. I knew Sancho would come good in the end. 4-3 on aggregate, and we are in the semi-final. And in that semi-final, it's Liverpool. Honest to God, we have not had it easy in this knockouts, have we? We are at home in the first leg, so hopefully that will bode well to our advantage. Boys, we're 2-1 up against Liverpool. All we need is a draw in the 2nd leg and we are through to the final. And Abraham suspended for the biggest game of the season so far. Absolutely fantastic. We've got to get on with it though. We're at Anfield this time, away from home. Roma, don't let me do... Oh, we freaking done it. I thought Abraham being out would have given Liverpool an advantage, but we just hung on and we are through to the final. And in that final, we're playing against Real Madrid. They've already got the better of us once this year. Let's hope where it counts, it doesn't happen again. Well, heading over to the Serie A, we unfortunately didn't win the league, but we were inside the top 4, so at least that does count for something. And we finally won the Super Cup, beating Torino 1-0 to do it. I told you guys we'd bloody win this trophy. And we've also beaten Torino to win the Coppa Italia, Torino must absolutely hate our guts. And look at the stats, boys, from all these players. Abraham, Rodrigo, Jadon Sancho, Dybala, they all put a right shift in this year. And for once, no player is suspended, no player is injured. We have got our strongest starting 11 for the final. It's about time it happened, ain't it? And normally I would point out individuals who've impressed me so far, but every single player on that pitch has been absolutely incredible. And so far, we've won a lot with Roma, the Coppa Italia, the Super Cup, the Europa League twice, and also the Serie A. But now we've got the chance to win the big one, the one that we've been trying to win this entire video, the Champions League. Alexander-Arnold's in behind. This isn't good for a 3 at the back formation. We need to put a foot in. Oh, great save from Pickford. Oh, no, Real Madrid are through. Oh, my God, Pickford again. Rodrigo's picked it up on this right-hand side. He's got acres of room. He's in behind. Please, put this away. No, yes. Oh, no, he's offside. You're kidding me. Abraham has found Pellegrini. We've actually got a fantastic opportunity here. Dybala, please, put that away. There ain't no way. How do you save that? Sancho's on the ball now. He's been a bit dormant, but he's found Dybala. Surely this is 1-0. Thank God for that. That has been coming all bloody game. Real Madrid have somehow got a free kick. I don't even know where it's from. Valverde is going for it from distance. Straight into the keeper's hands. Oh my God, that's a fantastic goal. Where the hell did that come from? Literally extra time now. Boys, Pellegrini, Abraham. Oh, Rodrigo, can we get it to him? Rodrigo, Abraham, last chance of the game. Oh my God, Abraham. Abraham, how have you missed? This shouldn't even be happening now. This should have been game over. Abraham, you had it on a plate. Abraham, we see that. Oh, come on. Oh, actually, Abraham is all by himself now. We can take it 1-on-1. And this time he puts it away 100 minutes into the game. Abraham has put us in the lead. But Madrid are right back on the attack. Vinny Jr. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, my God, you are kidding me. How have we let that happen? We're making changes. I think Zalewski's going to come on for Pellegrini and Edouard Bove is going to come on for Darder. The rest of the team I'm happy with. I do not want this going to penalties, man. That's the last thing we need. Real Madrid are pushing forward. Oh, no. Oh, my God. You are kidding me. I'm so done. Real Madrid have not deserved to be in the lead at all in this game. We've got a good opportunity here. Jadon Sancho. Oh, that's decent. Abraham, please, bury it. Thank God for that, Abraham. You've just saved our bacon. We've got 5 minutes left in this game. There's a chance that we could nab a winner. Sancho's on the ball. Okay, Dybala, you are through. Okay, we've got a fantastic opportunity. I think we're going to go alone. Oh my God! Paulo Dybala has just won it for Roma in the dying seconds of extra time. 4-3. You cannot write this. We've just got to hold on, boys. We cannot concede a stupid goal, and we don't. The referee blows full time. Roma 4, Real Madrid 3. We have made Roma the best team in the world. It took us 4 bloody seasons to do it as well, but you know what? I'll take it. And if you are still here, thank you so much for watching this video. But if you enjoyed that, you should click somewhere right here to watch me rebuild Luton Town with free agents only.